Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is one of the important question that is asked in ECE on GATE 2021, sorry 24. So this is one of the thing. So the thing is that consider the uniformly doped N profile semiconductor which is connected to 1 volt battery and the energy gap EG which is equal to 1.1 EV, and then all the other details also they given, and they also stated that X is equal to 0, EC which is considered as EC naught, EF as EF naught. At X is equal to 1, EC is considered as EC1 and EF as EF1. Then they are asking the value difference between EF0 and EC1. Okay, so let's plot the thing like the given data at X is equal to 0 and X is equal to 1. Let's plot it. So X is equal to 0 and X is equal to 1 here. This is across the X distance and this is the Fermi level. This is energy level EV. So we can clearly state that there is an electric field movement is from this direction to this direction. So the energy diagram will be dipped in the right hand side. Okay, as it will be in upper side, this will be in lower side. Okay, so the thing of change, it will be in this direction. So let me draw it. Okay, so this will be EV and this will be EC. So they given another one thing, right? So that is also we can be getting into understand. So let's keep this one as I. So this at X is equal to 0, we could clearly see at X is equal to 0, this can be written as EC naught that they given in question. At X is equal to 0, this is EF naught. At X is equal to 1, this is stated as EC1 and this is stated as EF1. So which is same as it is EV. They haven't certain information about this one. So let's take Fermi level also similar to that, EFI and EF1. Okay, so let me draw it. Okay, so the one more information that they given is the band gap. So that information also we have. So then we have given another one information on the applied electric field, electric potential that is applied. So E potential can be find out that is 1 volt is across at 1. So that will be 1. So DC E divided by dx, the slope of variation will be minus 1 EV divided by centimeter, because that is exact opposite to that, right? So we can find out because that is 1 by q minus 1 by q dc by d. So this one I am stating from the equation. So we can state that this difference, like this variation is there, right? So this variation, the difference between this level and this level, which will be equal to 1 EV, because this change is the slope of difference here. So that is 1. So we have came into another picture. Then also we know that EG which is equal to 1.1. So then another one difference is the EC minus EV. So this change, right? So this one also will be equal to 0.55. Okay, as it is divided by 2, right? So that is 0.55. Not this is entire is 1. So I made a mistake here. This entire is 1.1. This is 1.1. This off. This off. This off is 0.5. I am drawing it here. So this off is 0.55. Okay. So let's now first find out the thing that is available for us. So we know that EC0 minus EC1 which will be equal to 1 EV. So let's take this as a first equation. So then let's try to find out EF0 minus EFI0, because we know the formula, right, as it is an n type. So we can use the formula which is also equal to EF1 minus EFI1. So which is equal to KT ln ND divided by NI, right? So if we substitute it, 0.026 ln 10 to the power 16 divided by, that is also 10 to the power 10. Okay, so 10 to the power 10. So ln of 10 to the power 10, and if we multiply it 0.026 into ln of 10 to the power 6. Then if we multiply, we will getting answer 0.59 eV. Okay, so this is our second equation. So here we could clearly see that this is the difference in thing. So this difference we have calculated. Okay, so this distance we have calculated, which is equal to 0.359. So we know the total distance and we know this distance. So now we can find out this distance, right? So this distance can be clearly found out. The distance between this, the EC1 and EF1. Okay, so this one we can find out. So let me write at the thing. The EC0 minus EF0, which is also equal to EC1 minus EF1, which will be equal to, the thing is 0.55 minus 0.359. So if we subtract it, we will be getting into that one, 0.55 359. You see how we are relating every term that is given in the question. So we need to see carefully on all the details. In the question you guys may ignore, the EG value is given simply, but that is used here. You see every value, the 1 volt we used, 1.11 we used, n type we used, 10 power 16, 10 power 10, kt by q, x is equal to 0, 1, everything we have used. All the data given in the question will be helpful in any of the situation. So let's take this as a third one. Okay, so now our question is to find out the answer of EC. The question is asked about EF0 minus EC1. So we have the value like EF0 is here and then EC1 is here. So what we can do, we can substitute the equation 1 and 3. So if we subtract both the equation 1 minus 3, then we will be getting into picture EF0 as it is negative, so it will become positive, minus EC1. The EC0 will be cancelled. This EC0 and this EC0 will be subtracted. So this will be equal. So if we subtract this one, then 1 EV minus 0.191 EV. So if we subtract it, then the answer will be 0.81 EV. So this is what the question that they ask. You see, it is how it's a very different question, because in none of the question I have seen this much difficulty level. If you guys haven't able to solve, don't worry, because this is one of the very important 2 mark question that has asked. This is one of the not even they given choose, they given as a NAT that we have to numerically accept an answer only. They are there. So this is one of the very important question. Here you see all the concepts like electrical field to voltage conversion, electrical field to slope, the change in the energy band that we also taken into account, and all the Fermi level and the density of state formula also like came into here. So this one question, there is multiple things we have to be taken into understanding, so that only we can calculate the answer. So let me go through once again. So we have calculated the slope of difference from the battery and the distance. From that we have calculated the distance of the change in the slope, like EC1 minus EC0 minus E1, EC1 we found out, and then we are trying to find out the distance between EF0 minus EF1 naught, so that we have a direct formula and find out the value, that is 0.39. So then we know from the EG is 0.1, right? So from the EG1, if we divide that by 0.5, then the distance between the EC and the mid level is 0.55. This value we calculated, that is 0.359. So if we subtract it, then we will get this value. So this value is the subtracted value that we got here. So which is 0.191. So then comparing equation 1 and 3, we can able to find out the question's requirement. In the question they asked this one to find out, right? So that thing we have find out. So this is how we have to calculate it. This is one of the very important question I am thought to discuss with you guys. So with this one question of solving, you guys can able to do any kind of things in the semiconductor physics. So I can sure that you guys now able to see how difficult or how hard, how tricky they can ask any kind of questions in the semiconductor physics. Not only semiconductor physics, every gate questions and everything will be similar to this. But if you guys solve this one, then you guys will be able to crack any kind of examinations. So I hope it is very understood for you guys. So from this semiconductor physics basics is done. So next lecture I will be starting with PN junction diode. Stay tuned guys. Let's see in the next lecture. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks.